sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so today we're doing a deep dive on something that seemed pretty straightforward at first glance. But I think there's a lot more to unpack here.
Yeah.
It's about the National Day of Mourning for former President Jimmy Carter.
Right.
Obviously, we all know Jimmy Carter.
Of course. Yeah, the peanut farmer president.
Exactly. But the thing that really caught my eye was the state funeral at the National Cathedral.
Oh, yeah.
With President Biden delivering the eulogy.
Interesting.
It just seems like there's some interesting layers there, and I'm curious to sort of dig into what this all means.
Well, definitely a state funeral is a pretty rare honor. It's reserved for, distinguished individuals like presidents.
Yeah.
And, it's steeped in tradition. And it's a really symbolic way to mark the passing of someone who has had a significant impact.
Right. And speaking of symbolic, the National Cathedral itself is a pretty loaded venue, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. You've had state funerals for Eisenhower there, Reagan, Helen Keller. It's almost like America's go-to place for these moments of national mourning and reflection.
Yeah, it's like you said, steeped in tradition.
Exactly. And for Carter, it sort of reinforces this idea of him as a statesman, someone who transcended partisan politics.
Yeah, it's interesting because you have these two figures, Carter and Biden. And their paths to the White House were so different, right?
Totally. Yeah. Carter was the ultimate outsider. I mean, he ran on this platform of morality and politics.
Right after Watergate.
Exactly. The nation was kind of reeling, and he came in as this fresh face, promising honesty and integrity.
Totally.
And then you have Biden, who is the consummate insider, right? Known for his pragmatism and his ability to make deals.
He's been in Washington forever.
Right, exactly. And yet they both share this commitment to human rights.
Yeah.
And this belief in America's role as a global leader.
So what do you think? Does Biden delivering this eulogy kind of tie those two seemingly disparate threads together?
I think it's a really interesting opportunity to do that, to highlight that through line in their careers despite their different approaches.
Right, because let's be honest, their presidencies had very different vibes.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Carter, he really championed human rights on the world stage, but he often faced criticism for being too idealistic.
Yeah, some people thought he was naive.
Right. And now you have Biden, decades later, grappling with many of those same global challenges,
Right. Promoting democracy, navigating these really complex international relations.
Exactly. And it's going to be fascinating to see how Biden frames that in his eulogy.
Yeah, how he positions Carter's impact on both American politics and global affairs.
Right. Because it's not just about Carter's time in office.
No, it's about how his values and actions continue to shape the world long after he left the political stage.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole thing so intriguing.
Yeah, we started with this simple news bit about a national day of mourning.
Right.
And now we're talking about presidential legacies, the evolution of political thought, and America's role in the world.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can unpack from just a small piece of news.
Totally. So for you, what stands out is the most significant aspect of all of this?
I think for me, it's the potential for Biden to use this moment to not only honor Carter, but to connect his own presidency to a larger narrative of American leadership.
Right.
To really emphasize that commitment to certain ideals that both he and Carter share.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder that a president's legacy isn't just about what they accomplished while in office, but also how their values continue to influence things moving forward.
Exactly.
So that leaves us with a final question for everyone listening. How will Carter's focus on human rights, particularly in foreign policy, influence future leaders?
Yeah, that's a great question.
As they navigate this increasingly complex global landscape. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It was great to be here.
See you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.